You know the feeling, right? That deadline is breathing down your neck, and the one paper you absolutely need is just gone, lost in a sea of files on your computer. It's every researcher's nightmare. But what if you could turn all that chaos into pure, organized clarity? Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build the blueprint for your perfect research library. Look, on one side, you've got the digital junk drawer, a messy pile of documents, PDFs you can't find, and quotes you know you saw somewhere. And on the other side, you've got this beautiful, structured database where everything is exactly where it needs to be right at your fingertips. This is about so much more than just being tidy. It's about fundamentally changing your entire workflow from one of just endlessly searching to one of actual discovery and writing. So the big question is, how do we get from that messy pile to that perfect grid? Simple. We need a plan. And that's what this is, a blueprint. We're going to tackle this like we're building a house, focusing on 3 key things. First, laying a solid foundation for structural integrity. Then, adding some cool enhancement modules to make everything easy to access. And finally, mapping out the simple, actionable steps to make it all happen. All right, so let's lay that first stone. Before we can start building up, we really need to understand the ground we're building on. And that means we have to face what I call the researcher's dilemma, understanding the very nature of the library itself. Okay, first things first, a super important anatomy lesson. Your EndNote library isn't just one single file. It's actually a 2-part system. You have the main.enl file. Think of that as the library's catalog, the card index. And then you have its buddy, the .data folder, which holds all the actual books, your PDFs. Now these two are joined at the hip. If you move one without the other, that connection breaks and your entire library can get corrupted. They have to always move together. And because that link is so fragile, protecting your foundation is absolutely non-negotiable. The process is super simple. Just go to File, then select Compressed Library. Now, here's the key. You have to make sure you check the boxes for all references and attachments. This packs everything up, the catalog and all its books, into one single safe compressed.enlx file. You should treat this like a ritual. Do it once a week. Never, ever skip this step. Okay, with our foundation totally secure, we can start putting up the frame of the house. This next part is the blueprint itself. This is where we design the systems that are going to organize your work, not just for the project you're on now, but for your entire career. You know, when you're working on these huge projects, you need a high-level way to organize everything. That is what group sets are for. Think of them as your master filing cabinets. You could create one big group set for your thesis, and then inside that, you have smaller groups for Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and so on. This is the big picture structure that keeps massive projects from just collapsing into a mess. So what do we put inside these filing cabinets? Well, you've basically got 2 primary tools. First are custom groups. These are your manual drag-and-drop folders. They're perfect when you want to carefully handpick references for a very specific project. But then you have smart groups. These are the automated, rule-based ones. It's really the difference between having that precise, hands-on control versus just setting it up once and letting it run on its own. Now, the real engine behind those automated smart groups, it's your keywords. And I can't stress this enough, consistency is everything. On the left, you see total chaos. You've got ML, machine learning, and machine learning all as different tags. If you search for one, you miss the others completely. But on the right, with just one single unified term, you create this powerful connected network. This isn't just about being neat. These consistent keywords are literally the load-bearing supports for your entire library. And you know what? That consistency with keywords is the key that unlocks the next level, total automation. Now we're going to see how you can build a system where your library pretty much does all the work for you, organizing itself quietly in the background. And this just shows it perfectly. This is automation in action. You just set up the rules for a smart group one time. So for example, you say, I want a group for every paper by the author Smith that was published after 2020. And that's it. From now on, every time you add a new reference, EndNote acts like this funnel. It silently checks if it meets your criteria, and if it does, it just drops it right into the correct group. It's like having a research assistant working for you 24/7. And this automation can even reach down into your PDF files themselves. Think of it like a pipeline. You bring in a file, you go into your settings, and turn on auto-renaming with a consistent format like author, year, title, and EndNote just handles the rest. Now the files in your computer's folders are just as beautifully organized as your library. A really great library isn't just a collection of papers. It's a collection of your thoughts about those papers. So don't just store them, synthesize them. Use the PDF annotation tools to highlight and make quick comments right there on the text. And then use the dedicated research notes field for your bigger picture summaries and key takeaways. When you do this, the crucial context, the stuff in your head, never gets lost. Okay, we've laid the foundation, we've built the structure. Now, it's time to turn on the engine. In this final section, we're going to see how all of these pieces come together to create a powerful, totally frictionless knowledge engine. When you're staring down a massive literature review, it's so easy to just feel paralyzed by the sheer number of papers. That's where triage tools are an absolute lifesaver. Use the simple read/unread status just to keep track of what you've already covered. But even more importantly, use that 1 to 5-star rating system. It lets you immediately see which papers are the most critical, the most high value. This helps you focus your limited time and energy where it truly matters. An engine is only as good as its ability to find stuff when you need it. And EndNote gives you 2 amazing ways to do that. Quick search is like your speedboat. It's fast, it covers a lot of ground, and it's perfect for when you need to find that one specific paper you already know about. But advanced search, that's your deep sea submersible. Here you can combine a bunch of different filters like author, year, and of course those consistent keywords to discover these fascinating, totally unexpected connections across all of your research. Every high-performance engine needs regular maintenance, right? And for your library, the single biggest threat is duplicate references. The cleanup is really straightforward. You just use the built-in tool to locate them, compare the entries side by side, and then merge them, always making sure to keep the most complete version. But here's the most important rule. Always review them manually. Don't just click Merge All and hope for the best, because you might lose some precious data. And this right here, this is the payoff. This is a whole engine of clarity in action. You start with a raw reference, it gets tagged with your consistent keywords. It's automatically swept into the correct SMART group. You enrich it with your own notes, you give it a rating, and you attach an auto-renamed PDF. What comes out the other side isn't just a citation anymore. It's a pristine, frictionless research asset ready for you to use. So if we're going to summarize the entire blueprint, it really just comes down to 5 core principles. 1. Standardize your keywords. 2. Categorize your big projects with group sets. 3. Purge those duplicates regularly. 4. Preserve everything with weekly backups. And finally, number 5, avoid the trap of just dumping everything into one giant, unorganized group. If you build the architecture once, you can stay focused on the real work, the writing, forever. In the end, what we're talking about here is so much more than just organizing some files. Every paper you collect, every note you take, all of that is part of your intellectual legacy. So I guess the only question left is, are you ready to build a foundation that's strong enough to support it?